everybody, and welcome to Season 2 of the Mark II Burnley Career Mode. Yes, it's been a good few weeks since I uploaded anything to do with this career mode. Obviously, I've been busy with other things, and we've started off the big game live for another series. But we're going to give the big game live a rest, and we're going to concentrate on the FIFA 15 career mode. It's the same type of titles as you see on the other series. The only difference is the title. It's the Burnley Career Mode, so there'll be the same music and the same opening to it. So we're going to give it a more glossy look, and we're going to do individual games. So we're going to do one game at a time for each video, so we can sort of keep on balancing it out over the season. So instead of having to cobble together 3 or 4 games, which is like over 50 minutes worth of videos, and we don't want that to bore anybody, so we're gonna keep the videos to one. So for each video, it's going to be at least one a game, maybe 2, depending on how good or bad the game is. I mean, we could edit it down. We don't know yet, but obviously, if there's any changes in the format, you viewers will be left in no doubt on YouTube of what my intentions will be. The format could change at any time, but at the moment we'll stick to one game at a time, move on, and the more video, and we'll keep it that for now on in. The first competitive match of this second season is obviously the Community Shield, as you can see, against Chelsea. Now we've been in my brother and I, because my brother does the transfer business, obviously we've kept the strike force of Ings and Kane. We want the highest bids for those 2 players because they're our linchpin, but we've got some very good players in there, as you can see. We're obviously going to make 1 or 2 alterations to the side, but this is the side we've come up with so far, and that's the best side. We've got Lampard's skipper in the side, but we might just change that to Danny Ings there. We'll give Ings the skipper. We might actually give Heats the captaincy, I think. No, Trips. I think we'll give the captaincy to Trippier. I think we've got to give it to a guy that cares about Burnley. I mean, Lampard is a great captain. Don't get me wrong, but we want to see the likes of Trips get an opportunity to captain the side. So I think Trippier will make a very good captain anyway. Certainly a future captain. So we're going to go with that 11. Obviously, we'll keep you full confirmation as the game progresses. But let's get over. So our first game comes from Wembley, of course. We play Chelsea, who finished behind us in the league this season. So let's get over to Wembley and for the curtain raiser. And let's hope this will be a success for Burnley against Chelsea in the Community Shield. So let's get over to Wembley for the start of this year's curtain raiser. Hello there, good evening, or good afternoon rather to you. From Wembley has Burnley, who are the league champions and quadruple winners last season, of course, take on Chelsea, who finished second in the league. But a very good Burnley side, plenty of new faces there, as you can see, and we'll talk you through 1 or 2 of them as we give you the 2 lineups. Magnificent occasion, of course, as Community Shield, used to be known, of course, as the Charity Shield. So let's take a check on the 2 teams. Plenty of new faces there, as you can see in that Burnley lineup. Not to mention Ings and Kane up front. Van der Vaart, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Redmond, Shaw, Bartra, all make their debuts from the start this afternoon. So we have a look at that Charity Shield. Look how it glows in the sun. Let's have a look at the Chelsea side. Thibaut Courtois is preferred a pair of checking goals. Martinez, Paul partner Cahill at the back. Morgan Hazard plays in behind the main striker Diego Costa this afternoon. Many people regard the Community Shield as just another pre-season friendly, well, some quarters, but it's my telling Burnley and Chelsea, this is a more than often than not competitive game, and I hope and pray that the likes of Oxlade-Chamberlain, who's making his debut, as you can tell, 21 years old, signed from Arsenal. The man in charge is Michael Oliver. Let's just hope it's a showcase and we have a good afternoon here. Plenty of noise from both sets of supporters. Burnley, of course, have had the longer trip down. Chelsea not too far. And Chelsea will get this year's Community Shield up and running. So the league's top two face off in the showpiece of the season. Well, the showpiece at the start of the season. And Ramirez making a good early dash and almost scoring inside, what, 2 minutes? And went through the Burnley defence like a knife through butter. Wow. Would have been a great start for Mourinho's men there. Here's Zuma, ex-Chelsea, of course, signed permanently from them during the summer after a successful second half of the season on loan at the club last season. Took a few quid to get Burnley to get him, but it was a very good, shrewd investment. Morgan Hazard trying to wiggle his way through, but he's stopped there. Van der Vaart, ex-Spurs, now Frank Lampard. He's into his final season as a pro, gets his shot in against his former side and tests his former colleague Thibaut Courtois. Real last chance for these two teams to get into peak fitness before the start of 9 months worth of hard toil. 9 months worth of hard toil. And European aspirations for both sides as well. Burnley, of course, going into this as holders of the European Cup, as Redmond puts in a dangerous looking cross there. Good header! And a fine save from Thibaut Courtois to deny Danny Ings. There was two waiting in the centre, both unmarked, Ings and Kane, of course. And, well, if it wasn't for the hand of the Belgian Thibaut Courtois, Burnley might have been in business. Frankie Lampard with the corner then for Burnley. Popped it into the danger zone. It'll come out for Bartra. He's lost out here. And Costa. He's got Morgan Hazard to his right, but couldn't find him. Here's Kane. Good save again from Thibaut Courtois. Amazingly, we've only played 19 minutes. We've had plenty of goal worth activity. No goals given. Free kick to Chelsea. Taken quickly. Here's Ramirez, who missed the game's first opening of the first half. John Obi Mikel. Stalwart now, and Morgan Hazard is flagged there offside. Yeah, the offside trap there doing its job. Burnley last won this particular trophy back in 1973 when it was the last of the pre-Wembley finals. In fact, they only took part because Liverpool and Sunderland, who won the league and FA Cup that season, refused to take part. Manchester City were asked to make up the opposition. The game was played at Main Road, and Colin Waldron scored the goal that beat Man City that afternoon. And it's the last time Burnley won the Shield. It known back in those days as a Charity Shield. It wasn't as popular as it is now, but and then the year after, obviously, it moved to Wembley, and it was compulsory for the league or FA Cup winners to take part unless they won the double. So the team who finished second place in the league would go as well. And that's what we've got here this season. Just over half an hour played. Here's Kane. Easy one there for Gary Cahill. Started his career, of course, at Aston Villa. Had a long spell at Burnley when Steve Cottrell was the manager there some 10 years ago now. As a young teenager. Here's Mikel. Kurt Zuma. Got a good future in the game, did well. Here's Danny Ings. Ings, good save, Courtois. Just couldn't fall for Kane. Ings is in there once again. And hooked away for a throw. And Ings. He's got the better. Kane was lurking in the middle. It's a corner. Van der Vaart, 32 years old, but he's got quality in him. Real marquee signing signings that Burnley have managed to make have been really marquee signings. From the box corner, had plenty of quality. Shaw, who's on loan for Manchester United, struck a very good shot there, and the whistle has gone. Presumed for offside. And our next video will involve Burnley's first match back as league holders as they take on Ronald Koeman Southampton. Be sure to join us for video number 2 of our season 2 career mode for that. Meanwhile at Wembley, it's 0-0. Been a good first half, mind you. 5 minutes at the end of the first half, and here's Ramirez, who missed the first big opportunity of the first half, and he's tagged there by Zuma. Referee, I think, has given the free kick, and he's going to book Kurt Zuma. Was a little bit late on Ramirez, to be perfectly honest. Certainly tripped him, that's for sure. I'm not sure. Well, he came in from the side. I suppose Mr. Oliver felt in that instance he had no other choice, but it is a free kick now. Schürrle is over it. What an opportunity for Mourinho's men to try and strike the first real blow of this Community Shield. Some heating poised. Kieran Trippier is now installed as the new Burnley skipper for this new look side. Shackle is amongst the players, but Trippier is now the new captain as that shot comes in again, and that was a very good save by Tom Heaton. And there is the half-time whistle. Good chances for plenty of chances for either side. Ramirez for Chelsea came closest, so too did Danny Ings for Burnley. But at the half-time here at Wembley, it's stalemate. It's 0-0 at half-time. Welcome back to the second half, and we're going to see a half-time change. Obviously, Frank Lampard has run his race, and we're going to have one younger leg for Burnley in the second half as Bentaleb, the ex-Spurs man, comes on. So away we go then. Burnley attacking the goal to our left with Bartra. Bentaleb. Luke Shaw. Now the captain Trippier, the new captain. Zuma, who's the only player out of the 22 on the field now who's got on a yellow card. I think it would be a crying shame if we had a sending off here in a curtain raiser such as the Community Shield. Here's Willian. We'll just see this attack out before explaining whether it ends the draw after 90 minutes. So corner kick conceded by Luke Shaw. This is Nathan Webber, 21 years old. Impressed well with Norwich City last season, and impressed in Burnley enough to want to buy him, although Norwich wanted a big money price for them. Burnley were able to match it. Here's a corner though to be taken by the German Andre Schürrle for Chelsea. Comes out here as far as Ramirez. And that, I think, has hit the side netting. Oof. I'll tell you what, there was inches in that at all, and he's missed the best 2 chances that Chelsea have had. 10 minutes gone in the second half, still goalless. Just to remind anybody about the rules, I'll just break off for a moment here as Morgan Hazard now starts another attack. Zuma to meet him, realising he's on a yellow card, but that sucks into touch for a corner. Just to remember everybody, as we see Eden Hazard replace Andre Schürrle. If it ends the draw after 90 minutes, there is no extra time in the Community Shield. We would go straight to spot kicks to decide the winners, the outright winners of the 2015 FA Community Shield. And that would be that would be sorted out on the day. That's the corner coming in. Chamberlain winning the ball well. Good challenge. Now Kane. First chance to see what he can do in his second half. Chamberlain making a terrific run on the far side. And Kane is waiting in the middle. This is Chamberlain. Good tackle. And it needed to be. Martinez getting back right at the very last and did quite well there. We played over an hour. Chamberlain with the corner. Courtois with a punch. The ball back in. Oh! Unlucky. Beautifully struck. Redmond. He hit that one fiercely, didn't he? Thibaut Courtois didn't get a good purchase on this punch out and almost paid the price. Zuma lets it run to Bartra. The other centre back, here's Shaw. Now Redmond. Oh, what a turn. Well, the former Norwich City and Birmingham youngster has really done himself plenty of favours here. That's a decent cross. But, it's hooked away again by Chelsea. That should be Zuma's. That's very easy. Easily won. Now Van der Vaart. Lovely play. Ings. Bentaleb. Yes. Bentaleb, the substitute, had scored the opening goal. And we have a goal in the charity and the Community Shield after 72 minutes. And it's Bentaleb who's got it. A very cool finish beyond the dive of Thibaut Courtois. And it's the league champions and the quadruple winners from last season who go in front. And the substitute Bentaleb, Nabil Bentaleb, has got the opening goal in this Community Shield match. And Burnley now on course to win the Shield for the first time since August 1973. Chelsea now need to come back very strongly here with Ramirez if they're going to force a penalty shootout. Ivanovic, well stopped. That man Redmond again has played terrifically well, and if things can pick up Kane is clean through, he's onside. This could settle the Shield once and for all, but Thibaut Courtois is there to keep Chelsea in with a shout. He's had a good afternoon, Thibaut Courtois, despite being beaten by that goal just a few moments ago as Ramirez, who missed two big chances for Chelsea in either half, is going to be replaced by Matic. It's those 25,000 or so Clarets who have made the long journey up down the M6 and the M1 this afternoon are being royally entertained. Redmond's corner. Zuma is right in there and almost got one against his old club there. A goal that is, but now he's out of position and Thorgan Hazard is the furthest man forward, but Bartra, his centre-back partner, did magnificently well, and he did magnificently well there to find Harry Kane. He couldn't thread it through to Ings. And mirroring a slight doubt if Hazard got through for maybe for an offside decision. And again Hazard stopped again. That's Thorgan Hazard stopped for a second time in a couple of moments. And here's Redmond. Redmond! Surely a break for Ings. Good tackle. And Thibaut Courtois gets the ball. 4 minutes to go. Looks like Burnley are going to do enough to win the Community Shield. As Kay gets the shot in, he might break here for Van der Vaart. And Ivanovic half got it away. Costa, who's been ineffective in his second half, we've not seen much of him. He's been brought down. It looks as if we're going to see both Burnley centre halves in the book, perhaps. The referee standing there. Is he going to produce the caution? Yes, he is. But it's a good yellow card to give away because it stops the flow and it allows Burnley to get one or two bodies back to defend this set play. As we go to the end of the Community Shield. And Edin Dzeko, signing from Manchester City, comes on to replace Thorgan Hazard, who had some good moments there. He's not got long to try and prove himself competitively here in this Community Shield. Chelsea have a free kick, floated into the mix, and a header won by Dzeko, well held by Tom Eaton, who kicks long and forward. Bentaleb misses out, and there it is. Burnley have won the Community Shield by 1-0. The winning goal coming in the 72nd minute by Bentaleb. So Burnley start the season with silverware, just like they finished last season. They've started as they mean to go on this season. They could potentially win 6 trophies this season. Well, they've won the first one. And received the shield from Greg Dyke, the chairman of the FA. So Burnley win the Community Shield for 2015 and go into the league programme, which starts next Sunday against Southampton, full of confidence. So we take the charity, or the Community Shield. It's Charity Shield. Well, anybody under the age of 20 will know it as the Community Shield. I'm well over 20, so I used to know it as the Charity Shield growing up, but it's obviously changed to Community. But what's in the name, really? What's in the title? But what we have done, Burnley have won the Community Shield for the first time since 1974. Now that's so a long time now. 1973, sorry, when we won it as newly promoted First Division side in those days. In the olden days before the Premier League, even I can remember those pre-Premier League days. Anyway, this is what we've got coming up in terms of the rest of August. There's obviously the European Super Cup final with Everton, who won the Europa League. So we have our next video coming up involves our opening match against Ronald Koeman's Southampton. And then we have an our first away match, and our third video is against Queen's Park Rangers. And then we have Sunderland at home to complete the league programme for August. And then obviously there's that they call it Copa Europe. We know it as the UEFA Super Cup, really, in old terms. So we, being European Cup holders, face off against the Europa League winners. So it's so I think it'll be good. An all-English affair, 2 Northwest teams. I think that'll be an exciting game. But that's it for this video. Very much hope you've enjoyed our first Mark II Burnley Career Mode Season 2 video. There'll be many more. Hopefully we'll be doing over 60 again like last time. But we're going to be doing them individually, unless... And plus we'll have the internationals as well. We've got England as well, and then it'll be the Euro 2016, because we're more or less hopefully qualified. If we beat our nearest rivals, we're qualified anyway. So I think we're more than there now. So there's also the added bonus of Euro 2016 at the end of this season as well. So there's going to be more. There's going to be more club and competitive football than ever before this season. So it's going to be worth the ride, everybody. So stay tuned. So we'll be back with the Southampton game. Until then, have a good evening. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Take care.